Hello and welcome to Noni, Yanga's flagship talk show where we discuss all the hot topics. Today we take a look at the positivity surrounding the Black Boy Joy and Black Girl Magic movements on social media. And we take a look at the scandal surrounding Serena Williams and drug testing of top tennis players. Joining me today, social media star Esther Falana, actor, mentor and sports professional Jovan Young, and radio personality and founder of Talks with Monica, Monica Lee. Welcome guys, nice to see you.
Hi.
Hey.
Now in the UK, black youths are often depicted in a negative way, from the boy in the hoodie to the violent, non-emotional man. But social media campaigns such as the hashtag Black Boy Joy are trying to change things. Black Boy Joy represents men in a way that is not often seen in mainstream media. He's not stereotyped. He can be multidimensional, emotional, strong and sensitive. So what does Black Boy Joy mean in today's society? And is it changing public perception of black men in Britain? Why is it so hostile for young black boys today, and not just in Britain? You know, they're either dying, fleeing poverty from Africa or the Mediterranean. They're dying at the hands of police officers. Why is it such an issue, Jovan?
I guess that's the narrative that the world likes to paint, that picture. It suits their agenda to say that, the black guy is this type of person. The black man is very powerful, and can do great things. And, it's not got to be. The funny, scary part is that these young men fit what they're told they are.
Yeah.
So if you're told time and time again,
self-perpetuating
you are the guy
the
in the
narrative.
hoodie, you have a struggle, you have problems, you have anger problems. When you're told that's what you are, you act in line with what you believe you are.
Of course.
Which is again, maybe that's the agenda.
That's what's happening. Black Boy Joy, Esther, was kind of started by Chance the Rapper. He's fair-skinned brother, quite smiley. He's a rapper, but he's quite a positive type. And he started this hashtag and it's taken over. Since he did it a couple of years ago, 500,000 posts on social media have been written about that. Why is it sometimes if you see a black boy smiling or joyful, like Usain Bolt, like Drake in his video where he's dancing, people kind of take the mickey out of that?
I think because we've been stigmatized and black men have been made to show that, they are this, if gang members or etc. I think social media only display, and the media only display the bad. They don't display enough of the good of what black men are doing. So I think Chance the Rapper putting it out there and trying to represent a different culture of showing that there are black men out there who are doing positive things, who are working hard, who are just as successful. I think it's amazing because, like you've got yourself here, you said you did acting earlier, he's done professional boxing. He represents, Black Boy Joy, is it called? Yeah, exactly. So I feel like him doing that, it gives people and young boys the stage and the platform to say, do you know what, I'm one of those guys that are doing well. Look at me, let me shine. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Rather than placing them in the negative all the time.
Monica, do you think that black boys are afraid to smile? Which sounds weird, but literally, if they smile too much or they're too goofy with their boys, they're kind of stereotyped. But do you think that's the case?
I don't think they're afraid to smile, but I think the fact that they're afraid to be vulnerable, and I feel like they're afraid for people to see them as a weak component. Like a lot of men they've been stigmatized and also stereotyped to be macho. You need to be a man, you need to be able to hold your own, you need to be able to be protective.
Don't cry.
Don't cry, and don't showcase your vulnerabilities, or don't showcase a very sensitive side. And I'm so happy that the Black Boy Joy hashtag has been able to be used to kind of just help black boys to feel that it's okay to be positive.
Yeah,
it's
and
okay
to celebrate
have fun
them
and celebrate.
for doing things that are not stereotypical. Jovan, you're a sports professional. You've boxed professionally for Jamaica. You've boxed with Anthony Joshua and you know him. The boxing world is pretty macho, and now you're a mentor. When you're seeing these young kids in South London, what are they looking up to you for? What do you think they're lacking and what do they need?
I think that for them to see someone who's from where they're from go and do things in their life, it does a lot for them. When I went to the Commonwealth Games, they say to me, Jovan, you're from here, but I saw you on the television. How's that work? And this is why I started mentoring. I was like, what do you mean, how does it work?
So
because they really don't think they can go.
Yeah,
they really don't think they can do it, and that's a problem.
Yeah. See, it's interesting, and you're a testament to doing well, and you really are Black Boy Joy in person as well, not just on the TV. You're great. But do you think sometimes it shouldn't be that black boys are just looking up to boxers, sports people, footballers, that they should be looking up to lawyers? Or do you think they need to see people like them?
I agree with that. I do believe so. I believe that we, as much as we say we don't follow a trend and we don't watch what other people are doing, unfortunately we do. You know, that's the reality of it. We watch what the next person, I want to know what's going on in my society. And part of what not wanting to know what's going on is me watching what's going on. So if I see that, you know, predominantly in my area, there are lawyers, there are doctors, they're going to this school and they're, you know, they're doing well. I'm seeing them buy houses. I'm seeing them so successful. I'm going to want to follow in those footsteps.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's not even unfortunately. Fortunately for us, we've got talented black men around us. We've got boxers. We've got rappers. You know, Stormzy's doing amazing. Like, you know, if you're a young boy in your area and you've grown up in the same environment as him and you've watched him go school, watch him go college and look at him today, you're going to want to be like Stormzy.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So I believe that it's just about, it's what we represent. And fortunately for us, we represent talent.
It's
you know?
a fortunate and an unfortunate thing, isn't it, Monica? You know, I don't want to stray too far from the topic. We touched on Stormzy and music. And, you know, grime, if you follow the UK media, it's been put up there as saying it's a bad influence on young youths. They're listening to it, you know, too big for the boot. If you really actually listen to those lyrics, they're talking about putting someone in the boot if you mess around with them. You know, you've got young kids laughing and, you know, singing along to that. But really, it's the message what we want our young black boys to be singing.
I think we need to kind of step away from the message and think about that at one point in our life, being creative was not desirable. It's always like you need to be a lawyer, you need to be a doctor, you need to go through the fundamental route of life, because in order you do that, you're going to succeed. And it's amazing to see like Stormzy coming from ends, coming from South London, coming from people who say the hood, do you know what I mean? Not from a big like flamboyant family, but maybe from a disadvantaged family.
From an estate,
From an estate, and they're doing amazing. Like you say, you've got Anthony Joshua, he's doing great. You've also got so many like AJ Tracy, Jay Huss, we can go on, and I think it's so important that we need to show that it doesn't matter that you might not be an A star in maths or science, but if you've got something, you've got a talent, you can drive it, you can run it, and you can be successful, and it's important for everyone to understand that. So we need to just forget about the lyrics. Some of the lyrics sometimes we need to just not focus on that all the time, because hip hop is the same. Everyone say things. People are talking about their life experience. Why do you always have to focus on?
It's the success story of that individual. Joe Fan, you're speaking to lots of these young kids. You know, what do you tell them? You know, you said they see you on TV, like, oh, you're on TV and you're in the ends. How do you do it? What do you tell them to do? Is it staying in school? Is it respecting your mum? Staying away from drugs? What's your key message?
The biggest thing for me, I want to say this now, these young men can be anything they want to be, like literally anything they want to be. And I tell them, like, you know, sometimes when you're young, like me, myself, you get caught up in doing the wrong thing or using the power that you have to influence people to do bad and you're doing wrong. If you then channel that into the right thing, something positive, you can do anything. And there's really no limit. And that kind of power is a lot for a young man to have, but they have that power.
It's such a simple message, but it can take you so far. Well, still to come, we take a look at Black Girl Magic and ask who's the ultimate Black Girl Magic icon. See you after the break. Welcome back to Noni. Black Girl Magic was a movement started by Keyshawn Thompson in 2013. The message was clear: to celebrate the beauty, power and resilience of the black woman. But is it totally inclusive? Let me come to you, Esther. Is it, when you think Black Girl Magic, who do you think of?
See, when I think of Black Girl Magic, I think of a line of different shades of black women, different types of ethnicity backgrounds. I just think of everybody, black girls, coming together, being successful at whatever it is they're doing. It could be anything. It could be hair, it could be beauty, it could be being a lawyer. I just feel like it's just, when I think of Black Girl Magic, I just see black women representing themselves, being confident, you know, thriving, doing well, and that's what Black Girl Magic represents for me. You know?
Do you agree with that, Monica?
To a certain extent, I do. I do believe that it's all about celebrating black women, all shades of different women, but I feel like there needs to be some substance attached to it. So if I'm celebrating Black Girl Magic, like you said, the magic, what is the magic part? What have you done to help to kind of fuel that inner love inside of me,
so
and that
would
inner
you say
magic in
is
me?
the key word?
Yeah,
then,
magic
not
is the
just
key
about
word.
being a black woman.
Yeah, because I can always say my melanin is popping. I can always find different ways to kind of support and celebrate my black women. But I feel like the magic part has to resonate to me and resonate to those that I feel is at a level where I think, you know what, I understand that, I can be that, I can do that. to my...
Yeah, okay, I get it. Jovan, we were talking off camera and you said, you know, your mum is really your icon. She's a woman that you look up to and you expect your wifey to be like her or even more. But what, you know, when you think of a black woman, black girl magic, describe that woman to me.
I think black girl magic is not just for black women. I feel like black girl magic is it's a mentality.
Okay.
Black women are amazing. I'm not just saying that because you guys are here. I come from a black woman, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think they get the hardest time in the world, and I think that they're amazing. I think that the strength that the black woman has to embody, and while still smiling and being happy, is a lot. When I think of black girl magic, I think of you guys here, out here carrying, you know, doing your thing.
He's a charmer, isn't he?
No, I'm just, it is what it is.
No, I love that, and I value that.
Is,
and you make a good point, because you said, you know, it's not just about a successful woman, it's somebody who's smiling and just getting on with it. It's just about, you know, going forward. So Esther, because if you typically think of the hashtag on social media, it's usually somebody who's got into the best universities or, you know, a really amazing dance troupe. It's not necessarily a stripper or somebody. Let's talk about Cardi B. I know there's a big argument on whether she's black or not, but let's say she does rep the black culture. You can't deny that. But some people are like, well, actually, I don't want Cardi B to represent me. She's a stripper. She was on reality TV and she was beating everyone up. Now she's #1. You expect me to look up to her? Is that fair?
I think the key, what you said, is that I don't want. That's for you. That's not. That's for whoever identifies themselves as. I can't identify with Cardi B, sorry, because she doesn't represent what I represent. Whereas Cardi B may represent another 50,000 women out in America who
millions,
or millions. You know what I mean? Who have struggled like her, who have had to go through the stripping realms and are still struggling. You know, she gives, you know, a certain genre of girls hope. You know, that like, okay, listen, I've gone through the same struggles as you. You know, I had to go, I'm a stripper right now for all I know, or I'm talented and I don't know how to go about it. Cardi B represents them. So that's why I said that for me, Black Girl Magic is a whole, it's a room full of different women.
Yeah,
you know,
it shouldn't discriminate.
It shouldn't discriminate, because just because it doesn't work for me and I can't relate to you, it doesn't mean that the next girl beside me can't relate to you. Like, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean I won't ever discriminate someone because they're a stripper or because they're escorting, and that's their way of getting through life.
Do you know what? I think many people will agree with you, Esther, but going back to your point as well, Monica, there are some people that say, we don't want to see any more of that. The reason why we're pushing up Black Girl Magic is because we want to celebrate the women who are, you know, going straight to university and getting the top grades, you know, being able to get the most amazing jobs, CEOs of the top companies. Is it fair that we leave Black Girl Magic for women like that and not women like Cardi B?
I think Black Girl Magic, we need to think about it subjective. It's who you personally feel, like what Esther did mention, who you think deserves that hashtag, that deserving of that word, Black Girl Magic. Ideally, if I had a daughter, I wouldn't want her to maybe looking up to Cardi B, personally. I'd want her to maybe look towards, like, maybe a presenter or maybe someone in the creative industry, a doctor, a lawyer. So it all depends on your background, where you've been brought up, and your family morals and my morals. I'm going to make sure I'm going to instill my morals into my family and let them know that being black is beautiful, it's amazing.
Your melanin's popping.
It's popping, but the magic has to come within, and I'm going to showcase.
The magic has to have some substance,
and it has to have a lot of substance.
Okay, Jovan, you know, we've spoken about Insta models a lot on this panel. What's your opinion of them? And I would say an Insta model, for those who don't know, is somebody really famous for having a very nice body. You know, they're always in a luxurious location. We don't know how they've got there, but they're there. Someone's taken that picture because it's not a selfie, and they've got thousands and thousands of followers. What do you think of those kind of women who are kind of celebrated and they're popular? Is that Black Girl Magic?
What are they
it's what things mean to you, isn't it? Like, it's what things.
What does it mean to you?
Okay,
What do you think of them?
Okay, for my daughter personally, I'm not saying, oh, look at her. Look to the. I'm not directing her in that way. I'm not taking her away from the Instagram girl, the model. I'm not, okay, do your thing, but I'm not directing my daughter that way personally.
Where are you directing her?
I'm looking at Serena Williams.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Oprah. Well, not so much now because she's young. I'm looking at these people that actually have done stuff or doing things. Better yet, the most powerful thing for a young woman to do is to inspire others and speak life into others, which is what you guys here are doing. When you give your people a platform to get their voices heard, that's more than any kind of celebrity status. That's the real stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
To nurture people and to have to...
Yeah, but who is the ultimate then, Esther? And I think it's really important because I kind of agree with you. I've got daughters and I definitely don't want them looking up to Cardi B, but then I don't want to shun her. And I think we have to be very careful, don't we? Because, you know, as you were saying about having a criminal past, not you particularly, but some of the young guys you mentor, if you're too quick to shun them or feel like they don't fit into that category, where do they then go?
I agree with that. I agree, completely agree. As much as we sometimes when we want to close our children to the world, we actually are damaging them.
Yeah,
because
we
sometimes
send them with the girls' schools.
Because we need to, like, for example, I personally wouldn't send my daughter to an all-girls school. I personally feel like it's not. But this is someone coming. I'm talking based on personal experience. I went to an all-girls school. I got kicked out. It didn't last 1 year. Do you know what I mean? So I personally feel like sometimes we need to not, you know, shy away from those Cardi B's, sometimes expose our kids to these people. So let them, you know, also make decisions in their life as to what we can direct them. That's why we're their parents. We're there to direct them and give them our blessing and try and support them as the best way that we can, and also morally install our morals into them. But at the same time, children will be children. I'm sure if we look back at their parents, I mean, humans will be humans. If we look back at the way their parents wanted them to be raised, a lot of people that are on social media or doing certain things that are not, you know, appropriate, I'd say. I'm sure their parents had different paths for them, wanted them to do different things. But sometimes when you close the door too much on children, they rebel. I rebelled a lot. Do you know what I mean?
We've all seen. I think we've all rebelled a little bit, Esther. But before we wrap up this segment, such an interesting topic, by the way. Jovan's told us that Oprah, Serena Williams, who is kind of your black girl magic?
My black girl magic would be that I look up to.
Yeah,
it'd be my mother. Like it's nobody above. I
know she's watching.
I know celebrities. I know celebrities. The reality is though we look at them, but we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. My mother, I know her. She represents me. She represents who I am today. My morals that I have embedded in me is from her, and I continuously grow and I continuously do well, and that's because of the woman that I was raised by.
Oh gosh, that was a great soundbite. Monica, lastly, who's yours?
I would say Gabrielle Union and also Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
And the main reason for Gabrielle Union is that she's gone through so much, especially speaking out about her sexual abuse and all her trials and tribulations during her acting career, the miscarriages, and she's still been able to be positive and, like you said, smile. Do you know what I mean? Still embody that black girl magic.
Embodying that black girl magic. Now, Serena Williams could easily be crowned the queen of black girl magic. She's strong, she's a champion, and she's fearless. She's also been drug tested more times than any other athlete in the sport. So why is Serena Williams, once the #1 female tennis player in the world, now ranked 181, being tested more often? Esther?
I would definitely say there is some discrimination there. You know, why is she being tested more than, you know, other athletes? Like, I think it's not fair. I feel like there is a form of you know, where you're scared. I feel like the world is scared, or
they're intimidated.
They're intimidated. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of intimidation because she's powerful, she's strong, she represents black women. You know, she is beautiful, she's doing her thing, and she's also inspiring to a lot of other people. Yeah, you know. So I feel like there's definitely some discrimination going on.
What is it, Jovan? You're the sports professional, actually, so tell us, because even somebody like Usain Bolt has been tested a lot. Even when he went to say, is he cheating? We hope he's not doping. Yeah. Why is it? What is it about black stars?
I think that the greatness is a lot. The greatness is too much.
Too much?
It's too much.
Yeah.
She really is the GOAT.
Serena is the greatest female athlete ever.
Yeah.
And if she comes back and wins another title after giving birth, it kind of starts to mess with our beliefs about what giving birth does to you. And then it shows as well that this whole thing about the women getting paid less because of maternity leave and you guys, then again, there's another agenda. If she comes back and she smashes it, then how detrimental is actually going away and having a baby to a person's life? You can actually go away. If she shows she can go away, have a kid, come back and still smash it, that kind of messes
they're gonna be like, you know, she must be cheating. It's awful. Monica, I don't know if you followed much of her career, but you know, she was pitted against Maria Sharapova, pretty blonde, slim lady who actually was caught cheating. And Serena said she doesn't mind being tested, but it's the fact that why am I being tested more than anyone else? What is it about that? And you know, being a black woman, being great, and being tested more than
It's
your
literally,
colleagues.
it's blatant. It's because of the
Yeah.
colour of her skin.
Yeah.
Like, there's no dispute, there's no if or there's no buts or maybes. And as women already, we have to go through this gender discrimination. Then again, we have to deal with this sexist discrimination. And now we're here dealing with racial discrimination. And this is what black women are dealing with nowadays all the time. So it's not a new phenomenon. Am I surprised? No. Should it be happening? Of course not, but this is life, and she is doing amazing at it. She's always defeating the odds, and that's what they just have to continue. Just keep defeating the odds and just proving to people that,
and obviously
come and test me.
That's exactly what she's been doing.
Yeah.
Monica said she's not surprised. I wasn't really surprised.
Yeah.
I'm surprised anyone was surprised,
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
because I don't think Serena was even
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah.
But, you know, tennis is a white, kind of
sports,
whiter than white sport. So do you think it's probably more prevalent there than in any other sport?
I think, yeah, because, you know, growing up as a kid, like when I used to think about tennis, Serena Williams is popping, Venus Williams is popping. So I believe, yes. And you know what it is? You said, really made a strong point, greatness. They are not, you know how powerful we are as black people?
Hey.
We are powerful. You understand? So I feel like sometimes the power is too much. The
much.
greatness
Yeah.
is like, whoa, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, so they just have to hold, like, what are they doing? Are they taking this? What's inside their system? But they don't know. We are powerful. We come from the land of power, Africa. You know, understand? So I just feel like it's just, I feel like black people naturally were always discriminated on a daily basis anyway, so it wouldn't be any different in the sport.
God, it's
that we
just too
represent.
much. This was such an amazing conversation, guys. Thank you so much for being here. That's it from me, Juliana Olayinka, and my fantastic guests, Esther Falana, Jovan Young, and Monica Lee. And don't forget, guys, Noni's now online. Wherever you are in the world, go to www.yangatv.com to check out every single episode. Join me next time for more Noni Chat. Goodbye.